¿Qué es eso?
Hola.
Hola. Okay. You speak Spanish?
No, I wish.
Skater. She's an influencer. She's a model. My guest, Taylah Taylor. TT. How are you?
Good, how are you?
Good, just chilling. How was Taylah as a kid?
My furthest memories were like usually when I was with my dad at work. He was a stonemason and
A what?
a stonemason.
What is that?
So he does like sculptures, fireplaces.
Oh, damn.
And he only works with like natural stone, but he can make like Buddhas and stuff. It was always cool watching him work. And so I never complained about going to work with him. You know, I was always like on the side of his tractor, like playing in the dirt. My parents met at a ski resort. So I grew up snowboarding.
Snowboarding, damn. I've never been snowboarding, but I need to.
Oh, why? You live in Utah?
I know. I've been here almost my whole life, and I've never been to. But it's one of my dreams that I do want to go. I just feel like I'm going to break a bone or something.
I know. Just take it easy at first. You know, like just start on a smaller hill and just take your time. You don't need to like go like all crazy at first.
What's the scariest thing about snowboarding?
Rails. Like
rails.
Trying to hit a rail. They're like the metal poles, you know, that are like
the ones that just there.
Yeah.
I mean, that's advanced. I'm not gonna be like jumping and doing tricks as my first try.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm just saying, like, those things are deadly.
Yeah, I know. I've seen videos and they're not fun. How were you in high school?
My senior year, I started getting into a little bit of trouble.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I feel like we all get in a little bit of trouble in our senior years.
Yeah.
What kind of trouble you got in high school?
I lost a cheerleading scholarship just because I told a girl to grow the fuck up. Like, that's all I said. And long story short, they're like, this isn't leadership material. And I was like, okay, well... thousands of dollars gone.
Oh my God, yeah.
Yeah.
After high school, what happened to you?
Okay, so a little bit, we're going to get deep for a second.
Let's get it.
A little bit before I graduated, my brother passed away. And
sorry about that.
Yeah, he was a huge impact on my life for sure. Like he was always like there for me when I was younger and like would take me places, like take me on adventures and stuff. So like it was just like pretty hard on me. Our last conversation we had was about me designing skateboards.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And he's like, yeah, you should do it. Like, I could see that being, like, really cool. And, like, just, like, even having his approval, I'm like, oh, yeah, I got my big brother's approval. Like, you know. And when I found out he passed away, I was by myself and I just had my skateboard. And I didn't really feel like calling anybody. Like, I just wanted to kind of just be in the moment. And ever since, like, I fell in love with skateboarding and it, like, always reminded me of him. And, like, even when I was, like, frustrated trying to get something down, like, I'd be like, even if I'm not doing it for myself, like, I'm doing it for him. It just, like, reminds me of him. And he used to skate and stuff, so.
Do you think you skating is kind of like connecting with him in some sort of way?
Yeah, in a way, like I could see it. He definitely inspires me. So it's like that alone is a connection. Like when someone can inspire you, you're going to connect with them for sure.
I have siblings, so that's a very, very scary situation to go through.
Oh, yeah. It's very unpredictable. And like, it's sad to say, but like in Ogden, I feel like I've known a lot of people that have passed away for drug-related issues. I think the best way to cope with that kind of stuff is to have fun and like go do things outdoors like skateboarding and snowboarding. And I'm glad one of the skate shops I skate for is actually they help kids with like rehabilitation and figuring out like their lives a little bit more and everything, and they just have a place to go and skate when they're like feeling frustrated. And I really like that because it's the community is like all motivating each other.
Especially as a kid, you need something to be a part of, and if it's the wrong crowd or the wrong community, then things don't go well. Hopefully it doesn't, but some people have been through it or are going through it right now, like what you've been through. What could you tell them, something that you did that made you go through the process of healing?
Knowing that my friends and my brother, like they didn't get enough time to live their life to the fullest potential. It made me really be appreciative of time. I feel like I want to live the life that I would have wanted for them. Understand myself more than I ever did. I always thought like I knew myself, but that's how everybody feels, you know? And once you like really sit alone with yourself and you're like, okay, but what do I want? Like, I know everybody else wants this, but like, I think I want like this, right? So I kind of started just organizing my life a little bit better. Like, I want to be able to plan out my success so that I know I can like do the things I want to do. If I want to go travel somewhere, I want to be able to make it happen. Life life is unpredictable, so you got to just like go for those opportunities. You know, you can't just like hope all the time because it won't come to you. You have to go get it.
I hate when people are just like waiting for something, speak it into existence. It's like, no, do it into existence.
Yeah, it's action. It's not just words, it's action.
A lot of people that are really winning in this life, they're just winging it. They just did it. And then, you know, opportunities came, they took it, and then they're in a position that someone who didn't do anything is not at, you know? If you see the opportunity, then it's meant to be. You know, it's right in your face. If you're not doing it and just thinking about it, there's no energy being processed. If you take that one step, the universe is like, oh, okay, I'm gonna give you more of that.
Yeah.
But if you're not doing it, they'll be like, oh, I'll just give you more of boredom, more of depression, more of anxiety. But if you're going after something, then it's just like, oh, I'll give you tests, I'll put opportunities, and it's on you to choose it and to grab it and to keep on going, you know?
I feel like the biggest like misconception with manifestation is you just think it.
Yeah.
And then it's just gonna come into your life. You just gotta say all these mantras. It's like, no, it's really energy involved. We all have our own vibration and everything.
100%.
It's like when you have even a negative vibration and you have it constant, the universe is gonna match that.
It'll just give you whatever you are feeling and whatever you're doing.
Exactly. So it's like if you're like, nope, I'm not letting that get me down. Like I'm just gonna go do my thing. Like the universe can be like, okay,
cool.
Like I'm gonna work with you too. Then
lately, I've been contemplating the idea of the universe being like the algorithm. If you don't like something online and you spend time watching it, then the algorithm just gives you more of that. Even if you hate it, and then you hate it even more. But it's giving it to you because you're spending time on it. Well, the universe is the same way. If you spend time on stressing and feeling like nobody likes you or feeling like you won't go nowhere, then you just get more of that. Even if you hate it, you just get more of that. One thing that I do before I go to sleep, I think that the next day is going to be the most amazing day I've ever had. And
that's cool.
Guess what? It happens. Even if like I wake up and I don't feel right, I'm like, nah, today's going to be dope.
Yeah, I like that.
And even when the day is hard in the middle of the day, if you just switch that mindset and then you keep on going, it's like, oh, okay, cool. And then you go to sleep and it's like, oh, that was dope. I remember when you first started skateboarding. You were not good, but it was, but the amazing thing was just how you progressed.
Yeah.
You got better and better and better. And even you posted some things about falling and everything.
Yeah.
And that was so cool because one time I heard Lil Wayne, he said that he got a coach and he was excited. He's about to start something new. He's so happy. And all of a sudden he says, nah, today we're not skating. And he's like, what do you mean? I want to skate. And then he says, nah, today we're learning how to fall. And I was like, pfft. In any sport and anything in life, you need to know how to fail. You need to know how to fall before you even start.
Most important part.
Right? Yeah.
The difference of falling on your elbow versus turning really fast and falling right here.
Yeah.
Like that little bit of extra.
Wait, right here?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So like, let's say I'm about to fall. Like I notice my elbow's gonna like hit there, and like I'm not trying to break my elbow. Anymore, so I'd rather hit like where I have some more meat. So you have to like really target your meat areas where you're gonna fall, because that's like huge.
You're a model too, right?
Yeah.
When did that start?
When I was 13.
Oh, that's young.
Yeah, but it was more like me and my friends messing around with cameras. Like we would just go out in flower fields, like just do it for fun. And like, cause it's like when you're little, like as a girl, you play like dress up and stuff. You know what I mean? When you like put on all your mom's like clothes and makeup and jewelry. And so it was kind of like that. Like it was more just like messing around. And then when I was like 15, there was this girl that I had gone to high school with, and she was like a couple years ahead of me, and she was now in college, and she was going for photography, and she was like, do you maybe want to go do a shoot? And I was like, yeah. And then
the rest is history.
Yeah, just like she posted it, and she had a lot of like a big following at the time. So a lot of photographers found my account through her account, and then it just went on from there. People would just hit me up, and if I met somebody and I really liked the way they worked, I would ask if they wanted to shoot. But now I'm a little bit more picky about who I shoot with. Like I want to make sure it's worth both of our time, but I also like want to try and get paid a little bit, because it's I'm putting time and energy into it. So
plus, like you said, you need to look good, and you know that costs money to look good. So if you're not paying you, then what the hell, you know? There's a shady side of modeling, right?
Yeah.
You talk about that. What's the shady side of modeling?
Basically, I never go to a shoot alone. I always have somebody with me. I always have some kind of protection on me. I have like a couple friends who always have my location. So
That's
it's
really
like,
good.
or even like if it's someone I shot with before and I trust them really good, I'll just be like, hey, I'm going to the shoot, so that they know like where
who
I'm
it
going
is.
to be at. Yeah. And that's just a pretty serious thing for me. Like,
Oh yeah. Has something crazy ever happened?
yeah.
Really? Scary?
There was like one time I had an assistant at the time. She would come with me to all my shoots. One day we went to this shoot in Salt Lake and it was in a studio. And the guy that was a photographer, his portfolio, he was like super LDS. I was like, okay, this guy's going to be like Flanders off
Smoking
the Simpsons.
mirrors sometimes.
Yeah.
Though.
I wasn't too worried. And she's like, hey, I just have to go back to my work to grab something, but it's like 30 minutes away. And I was like, okay.
Oh, so you were there just with him alone?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
And
scary.
within that like 35 minutes, he's just like, we should take some pictures with your shirt off. I was like, I mean, if I wanted to, I would have suggested it. So
Exactly.
maybe you should wait for
Oh my
a girl
God.
to suggest that before you just bring it up. And he's like, well, I really feel like we could get a lot of exposure. There's a lot of manipulation in the industry.
yeah.
You know what I mean? And just like in general, I was just like, no, I don't want to do it. And he's like, okay, well, then we're done with this photo shoot and I'm
Dang.
leaving. Like, was just like packing up all of his stuff. I was like, okay, you think I'm gonna continue this after you're treating me like that? Like, no.
Did you call your assistant?
Yeah. And I just like waited outside. It was in a public place outside and everything. So like nothing's gonna happen. But it was just like weird, that like threatening energy.
If you could go back in time, Taylah, 5 years old, what would you tell her?
Pay attention to your surroundings always, but don't live a scared life. Like, don't live in fear, because if you do, that's going to be your whole life. You know, like you want to try and make the most out of life and make it the way you want, because you only have one.
Taylah, thank you so much for being part of the Maikon show.
Yeah, thank you
This
for
was
having
awesome.
me.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Anything you want to tell the people, the fans? Where can they find you?
My Instagram handle is my first and last name. It's Taylah Taylorr. I put an extra R on there. I don't know why.
And for you guys, you could be anywhere else in the world, but you're right here with us right now. And remember, stop cheating on your girl, man. Stop cheating. You don't like cheaters, right?
No, nobody does. Nobody likes that.
Nobody likes cheaters.
Nobody
You guys
likes
gotta
that.
stop doing that, okay?
I'm glad you put that in.
Oh,
'Cause, like,
dude, every single show, every single episode, because there's guys and girls out there just scheming. You know, they're
Yeah.
going hard every single day.
we don't need to hurt each other like that. Come on now.
Exactly. Stop cheating, man. They need to just, not die, because that's fucked up, but, just stop.
Yeah, just stop. Get it together. Look at yourself in the mirror and ask yourself, is this necessary?
Exactly. Just every day, stop cheating.
Oh my God.
Write it down. That helps with the universe. I love you guys. Have a great day. Go to sleep early and peace out.
Love ya.